Hi, I didn't see you there. I'm Dylan Sprouse, and I'm here to play the game of firsts, which is making me nervous. So now I just dig in here? Okay. First impression of young Hollywood, lots of pillows. I mean, just covered in pillows, none of which have my face on them. Next one. First job you ever had. First job I ever had, I worked at Meltdown Comics on Sunset Boulevard. And rest in peace. It's no longer Meltdown Comics. But I loved it. I was bag and boarding, which meant I put a lot of comics inside of a lot of sleeves. But that was the first job I had outside of acting. Next. First time you were recognized in public. Again, like I said, both my brother and I have been acting for a very long time, since, about 8 months old. So I think we were first recognized after Big Daddy around like 6 years old. We were very annoying little children, so it was hard to ignore us. First person you were starstruck over. I met Ron Perlman once, like after Hellboy was released. Big fantasy guy. And when I met Ron, I remember going up to him and being like, are you? And he said, yes. And I was like, hell? He's yes. Boy, yes. And I'll never forget how starstruck I was. He was Hellboy, after all. First kiss story. Oof. Let's see, which one? There's a lot of sad, depressing first kiss stories. I was a chubby lad, and I wasn't very successful with women for a long time. But I did, I think my first kiss was on a set, and I think it might have been with Selena Gomez. So, interesting. First embarrassing audition story. Whew. Got a lot of those. My brother and I, when Cat in the Hat was being released, this makes me cringe even now. When Cat in the Hat was auditioning, of course they were like, call every single person who looks alike in to be thing 1 and thing 2. So we went in and went full force. And I remember the thing is that we walked into a room and they just said, go crazy. And so my brother and I, being probably 8 or 9 years old, just started like fist fighting. Like we straight up beat the tar out of each other. Like it was bad. And obviously they cut it off and were like, you can't do that. But that's what we knew as go crazy. So that was cringy. First paranormal experience, if you've ever had one. Believe it sounds weird, but I have them a lot, I think. So either I'm completely psychotic or I'm susceptible to ghosts. And I think it's the latter. First paranormal experience, I had a period of like a month long where every night I would hear one knock on my door around the same time at night, and I would stay up later than everyone else. And eventually that knock, I kept on hearing it, and it takes you a couple times to realize that it's happening again and again. And finally, when I started acknowledging it, it moved from my door to my bedroom window, which was next to my bed. And it finally reached its peak when one night I was sitting down playing games, as I do, and my door was kicked open by something, and my ground fan got knocked down on the ground. And I stood up, and I did what every online article tells you to do, which says, go away, ghost. And so I said, go away, mean ghost. I want nothing to do with you. And it didn't work. The end. First celebrity crush. I forget who played Pink Ranger, but I obviously loved her. Loved the Power Rangers, and I loved the Pink Ranger. Hey guys, thank you for watching me ramble on for the last however long. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep your eyes peeled for Banana Split.